Right, let's start today's session. The last lecture, we were discuss about how many possible ways to write Python code and execute, like using interactive mode, using script mode, and using Python ideally, as well as using PyCharm editor. Okay, so we were discuss all these things. And finally, we have launched PyCharm editor. So even we create a project also in this editor. So let me open the project which I created in yesterday's session. So let's open PyCharm editor first. So go to search and type PyCharm community editor. Now what I'm opening here, this is not your project. Okay. So recently on which project I work, that is going to be open now. But to open your existing project, Python project at 4 p.m. So go to the file menu and simply open and go to the location where you have saved your project. I saved in C drive users computer name and then PyCharm projects. All Python related projects by default can store in C drive location and PyCharm projects. And this is your Python project 4 p.m. Okay. So this is your project folder. So select this and immediately it will ask you to open this window or new window or attach. So this window means you can add, you can open in the same window Python project 4 p.m. New window means, so without closing this, it will open a new window. Attach means here along with Python project 11:30 a.m. So here below one more project folder will be add. So I'm going to open this window only in place of 11:30 a.m. So we were discussed in the last lecture two simple programs like test.py and test1.py, how to write and how to execute we discussed. And today I'm going to discuss Python fundamentals. These are very, very important, sir. Before going to write logical programming in Python language, you must get idea about these fundamentals. Without having idea about these fundamentals, so writing code is little bit complex in Python. So I strongly recommend to follow these fundamentals. Okay, so total 6 fundamental concepts are there. First one is very simple, comment section, and second one is keywords or reserved words. And third one is identifiers. Fourth one is variables. And fifth one is multiple assignment. Yes, multiple assignment. And then sixth one is indentation, which is really important. Most of the Python beginners, they may get confused in this indentation levels only. So these are the total 6 fundamental concepts you must understand before going to write the logic part in Python language. So let's talk about comments. So these are very common in any language, like including C, C++, Java, C Sharp, .NET. Okay, anywhere it's common. So in Python also, we can use comment sections. So generally, comments can be used in different situations. Like for example, if you don't want to execute some part of the program, or do you want to include some lines of the code in comment section, means your Python interpreter will exclude the commented lines from the execution. That means it will not include in the execution. So do you want to avoid some lines of execution, lines of code from the execution, then put them into comments. So instead of deleting the lines which you don't want to execute, again, if you delete, you have to rewrite it again, right? So that's not good. So better to keep them into comment. Again, you can uncomment whenever you want to include in the execution. So comment, uncomment, both are possible. So otherwise, or else you can see comments, we can also write just as a description. For example, here you can consider this program. So in this program, I'm adding two more statements like hello, welcome. So these are the two statements I'm including. The moment when we execute this test1.py and we are going to get the output of these three program, this program 30, 10 plus 20, 30, and these two lines also included in the output window, right? So that means what? So this is the variables and values, and this is hello statement, welcome statement simply. But sir, I don't want to include these two lines in the execution. So I can put these lines into comment section. How we can put that comment means always comment starts with hash sign in Python. So you can give the hash sign before of this print statement. Look at this, I'm giving hash symbol. Here also I'm giving hash symbol. And run this and you can see this print hello, welcome, both are completely avoid from the execution. So it will exclude from the execution, not included. Again, if you want to include, then you can use to release this, remove this hash sign, then it works well. But for suppose whole program, do you want to comment? So is that required to visit every line and add hash symbol? Not right. So there is a shortcut to add a comment in Python. So what shortcut is there? So CTRL, that means control plus forward slash. If you use control plus forward slash, then the selected lines will be comment. Suppose here I'm selecting whole lines or entire the program. Either you can drag with mouse or else you can say control A. Control A means select all. Control forward slash means commented. Total lines are commented, no output is present here. Again, do you want uncomment all the lines? Control A, control forward slash, uncomment. So uncomment means executed. And this is not only for to avoid some lines of code from the program execution, sir. If you want to write any description, like just I'm giving junk data, so you can write any description about your program and all. So within the commented lines, you can write it. So generally comments can be helpful to understand the program also. Today, if you write some logic and after a few days after, if you look at back your code, you may not understand properly what purpose at that time you have written code. So that's what if you put that some statements related to your program in commented lines, then when we open the program by reading the comment section, so it will be easy to understand the program, right? What purpose you have written the code and all. So this will be useful. These are the users in comment section. So next, this is one of the commonly used fundamental concepts in any programming language, but in Python, do you want to keep some lines of code in the comment section, avoid from the execution, then control forward slash, multiple lines comments, you can do this. Or single line if you want to give comments, manually also you can give hash symbol, no problem. Next, I'm talking about keywords or reserved words. See, sir, whenever the moment I install Python software, automatically the plenty of keywords will be available. So each and every language is having its own keywords or reserved words to use particular purpose. In Python also, some keywords are reserved for particular task to do. So when the moment we use that words, so that words are reserved for which task, same task purpose you have to use. You cannot change the purpose of the keyword. So first of all, let me bring all the keywords which are present in Python. How to get the keywords in Python means very simple. There are two simple lines of code is required. So let's close these files which I have included. Let's add another file, Python file, test3 or test2. Now let's try to write a simple code. Import is a keyword. Keyword is a library. Print keyword library name .kw list. So these two lines of code is enough to get complete keywords list in Python. So import keyword. Import means why if you want to import anything like library, then we can use import keyword. So this is the library or module. Okay. But how C++ programmers, they use header files. Okay. before going to write the code on the top of the program, they include, right? Hash include stdioh, standard input output, hash include conio.h, like that. So even Java programmers, they use packages. Before writing the code, they import packages. Similarly in Python, we are using the library or module. Import keyword. We are importing that. So when we run this program, you can see we are printing complete keywords list in Python which are available. Look at this print. Print means output function. Keyword means library name. In this library onwards, I'm getting what? KW list. KW list is a class, means keyword list. So all the keywords are present in list format. In Python, we can create a list using square bracket. Look at this, starting at square bracket is there, at ending square bracket is there. In this, total keywords are present. And you can closely observe first three keywords: false, none, true. These are capital letters, starting with capital letter. But remaining all the keywords are into lowercase. And, as, assert, async, await, break, class, everything. All are keywords only. I'll explain you each and every keyword in detail according to the topic. Okay. So Python is a case sensitive language. That's what I'm particularly mentioning here. Only first three keywords are in capital letters starting. False F capital, none N capital, true T capital. So this is the way to get the keyword list by writing these two lines of code. But these two lines of code, not only in PyCharm editor, even a basic editor, which will get automatically when we install Python, that is ideally, right? So open ideally. There also, if you type the code, same two lines of code, and you will be able to get that keywords only completely. So let me open ideally software. So ideally open here. So simple import keyword. Here IntelliSense will not be there. You have to write manually keyword.kw list. Here not required to use any function print. Directly keyword library name.kw list. Press enter. We are getting the output here also same. So anywhere it works, no problem at all. So these two lines of code is enough to get complete keywords in Python. And most important thing is, in this list of keywords, each and every keyword is having a special purpose. So that's what these are called reserved words. We can say that each word is reserved for particular purpose to do, and you cannot use the keyword as your own purpose. For suppose here, if is a keyword. You are looking if is a keyword, right? In this keyword list. But if keyword can be used generally for what purpose? Conditional check. If you want to check condition, whether it is true or not, that conditional checking purpose generally we use if keyword. Okay, but here in this program, you can see this, how I'm using this if keyword as a variable. So I'm saying that no keyword can be used as your own purpose. Every keyword is having its own purpose. Purpose should be fixed. Purpose should be reserved. So this keyword I'm using as a variable, not possible. Syntax error, invalid syntax. But this is keyword. You are using as a variable. No. Suppose IFF is the name of the variable. This is possible, sir, because there is no name IFF keyword. So it's a your variable name. You can use any variable name apart from keyword. So we are printing IFF, value is 100, 100 also we got in the output only. So other than keyword name, you can use variable name, any name, no problem. But if it is keyword name, there is a problem. For suppose here def is a keyword. Generally, def keyword can be used for what purpose? Defining. Yes, define the function. But we are using again this as variable, not possible. So no keyword can be used as your own purpose. Every keyword is having its own purpose. So we have to use that keyword for particular purpose, what purpose it reserved. So all are reserved words. These are by default will come when we install Python software. So which purpose it reserved, same purpose you have to use, sir. And notice this, in this program, I already used one of the keyword called import. Import is also one of the keyword. Look this. Why this keyword, import keyword? Because importing the library only. Yes. For importing the library purpose, we use import keyword. So this is about keywords or reserved words. Now let's talk about next fundamental concept, identifiers. See, sir, in Python language, identifier is nothing but identifying something by its name. That is called identifier. So identifier means any name in Python is called identifier. So how we can identify the variable by its name? How we can identify the class by its name? How we can identify the method by its name? So everything is name. So any name in Python is called identifiers. Either it can be a variable name or function name or class name or any other name. But while giving the names in Python, you must follow some rules. So what are the rules? Rules to define the identifier. Rules to define the identifier. What rules are there? I'll tell you that. So rule number one says identifier can be a lowercase and also uppercase. Yes, identifier can be a lowercase and also uppercase. But make sure that identifiers are case sensitive. Means if you mention any name in lowercase, you have to be accessed that name with lowercase only. If you mention any name that is in uppercase, you have to access that name with uppercase only. So that's what case sensitive I'm saying that. First, let's cover these 2 points. Okay. A total 8 rules we have to follow. I'll write it all the 8 rules and explain clearly one by one. So first rule I'm explaining, I can use my variable name or any function name or class names, lowercase or uppercase. So we'll go for just variables. Now emp id is my variable name equals to 1234. Print emp id is the variable I'm printing. So when we run this, we'll get output, right? 1234 value we are printing. The reason is emp id is a variable name. Value is 1234. Print emp id, it working fine. But when I try to access capital letter emp id, not possible. Okay, look at this, not possible. The name capital letter emp id is not defined. Okay, so why? Because you mention or you declare the variable name in lowercase, but you are trying to access with uppercase. Not possible, sir, that is. So identifiers are case sensitive. What cases we are using, that case we have to access. For example, I am declaring capital letter EMPID, same name, it working fine. But I recommend don't use this capital letter names in Python. So I recommend always to declare better to use lowercase only, sir. What is the reason that? Yes, there is a small reason. If we declare the names in capital letter, that indicates that in Python, you are defining your variable as constant variable only. That means, so anyway, Python do not have any constant concept. But if you declare the any name in a Python capital letter through, that indicates that this value is a constant. But in C++ or Java or .NET, programmers, they use const keyword, a equals to something like this. This a means constant they declared. We don't have any const keyword in Python language, so we cannot make the constants here. But still, as a Python programmer, do you want to convey to other programmers that your variable and value is constant, that better not to change means you can go and declare the variable in what actually capital letter only. But still, if you define the variable in capital letters to make this values constant, okay, still somebody wants to change, okay, somebody wants to change the value, they can change it. Why? Because Python do not support constant only. Just for conveying purpose, we use capital cases. So that's what unnecessary. Don't declare any name in capital. The meaning will be changed. So other Python programmer, they might understand this is the constant variable. That value better not to change. So if you really do want to expose your values and variables are constant, to make other person to understand, then go for capital letter only. Otherwise, don't go with capital letter names. Okay. So that's the reason I don't recommend to use capital letters. Better to go for variable names or small letters only. That is the main thing, actually, reason behind that. So first rule number 1 and 2 finish. That means lowercase and uppercase you can use, but case sensitive. How the way you mention, same way how to access, right? And rule number 3 says identifier allows the digits. Yes, it allows the digits. Digits means 0 to 9 digits we can include in the name, means identifier. But the rule number 4 says identifier should not start with a digit. Yes, it should not start with the digits. Okay. So for example, here, this is EMP1 ID 4. So there are 2 digits are there, right, in this variable. What are the 2 digits? 1 is a digit, 4 is the digit. EMP1 ID 4 equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. So print EMP1 ID 4, we are printing it, works, sir, no problem. This is valid identifier like name only. Because it allows the digits, we included digit, but identifier should not start with the digit. Means, for example, 7 I am giving. Here starting with 7 I am giving. So is this correct? No, not correct. Syntax error, invalid decimal literal only. So any name in Python should not start with digit. That is wrong declaration. So these are the rule number 3 and 4 clearly says that. Next, rule number 5, identifier allow the underscore. This is only the special character will allow in the naming part underscore only. But if identifier should not be 2 parts, should not be 2 or more parts. Yes, in case your name of the variable or name of the method more than 2 or more parts, better to combine them by using underscore sign. It should not be 2 or more parts. But suppose here EMP1 or EMP space ID. There are 2 words are present in this variable name, right? EMP space ID. There are 2 parts are there. That's not allowed. So better to join or combined with these 2 words by using underscore. Then it is valid expressionable. And then rule number 6 says, or rule number 7, if any identifier starts with an underscore, then it is private. Then it is private. So I'll tell you this. Private means what? Public means what? But generally in Python language, all the variable names and method names or function names, when we define any name through, by default that are public only, sir. So here 2 things are there. Private variables, public variables. At the same time, private methods, public methods, like that. So generally in other languages like Java, .NET, people they use public int emp id. They'll declare like this, or else private int emp id like this. But we don't have any keywords like public or private access specifiers not there in Python language. So how we can declare the private variables and private methods as well as public variables and public methods in Python means simply symbolically we can define. Like for example, here I am defining the variable in this program emp underscore id. This is public only. Okay, public variable. But I'm saying that what point number 7, if any identifier starts with an underscore, then it is private. Underscore means this is 2 underscores are there, single underscore also there. There is separate meaning is there, but this is not right situation to talk about this much more uh, private and public. Later, when we go to object-oriented programming classes, there I can show you clearly what exactly private and public. But general meaning of private is what? If we declare private variables, private method in one class or one block of code, so in that class only we can able to access that variables and methods, not outside of the class. Okay. But if I declare public variables in one class or public methods in one class, that is no restriction. Public variables means anybody can access, anywhere can access, outside the class, within the class, other program, anywhere. But sometimes as a programmer, I need to provide restriction on my variables and methods for somebody not to change the values or not to access the values. In that case, we must declare the variables and methods are private, right? But how we can declare the variables and methods are private means, excuse me, this is only if any identifier like name, variable name or method name starts with underscore, then automatically it will become private only. So private means only within the same scope, like inside the class or inside the method, whenever we declare the variables with underscore underscore, then this is called private. Here we can work no problem at all because there is no class, there is no methods are there here. Directly I'm declaring. Okay. So this, whenever you observe the name before two underscore or one underscore, that is called private. One underscore means protected actually. Double underscore means private. No underscore starting means public only. Public means no restriction on it like this. By default, all the variable names and method names are public in Python. If you want to make them as private, better to add two underscore sign. This is starting only, sir. Okay. But this is not underscore. You may think this is underscore is there, no, sir, in the middle. No, that is just a, according to what rule? This rule should not be two or more parts, right? So I'm adding multiple parts. Purpose, I use that underscore. Only starts with an underscore, then it is private only. Now, rule number 8 already explained. No keyword can be used as identifier, means variable name or function name or class name cannot be used as identifier. No keyword or reserved word can be used as identifier. I said already this rule number at the time of keywords or reserved word just before few minutes back. Okay. Yes. So total 8 rules need to be followed while working with names in Python. Any name, variable name, function name, class name, before going to declare, you must keep it in your mind these rules. Okay. Lowercase, uppercase possible, but better to use lowercase. Cases are very important, very particular, case sensitive names are. While giving the names, you can include the digits, but the name should not start with a digit. And if you have multiple words in the name, better to join all words with underscore sign because it should not have two or more parts. So if any name starts with underscore, that is private, no keyword or reserved word as used as identifier only. So these are the rules and regulations about identifiers. Now coming to the variables. Can I say variable is called identifier? Why not? The reason is variable is also a name, right? Yes. So, but variable is having a definition, separate definition. What is variable exactly means? Variable is a named memory location. Named memory location of the value. Yes, in Python, every value has its own variable, or every value is having name. That name is called variable name. Variable is a named memory location of the value. What is named memory location of the value? I'll tell you that. See, for suppose in this program only, I'm using one variable, right? Suppose a equals to 100. Print a. This is variable name. 100 is printed. But my question is where this value is going to store? In a, right? Yes. But to store this 100 value into A needs some memory or not. That means space is required. A should get some space or memory allocation. Why? For holding this value in this memory only. So that's the reason Python assign some memory for this A variable. Why? To hold this value within it. That's the reason a variable is nothing but a named memory location of the value. If I'm asking the question where 100 value is going to store in which memory means A memory. For A, who is going to give memory? Python. Garbage collector is there, it is an assistant. So GC will provide automatic memory management, I said. So whenever the variables or methods or classes or objects are required some memory, garbage collector will allocate the memory for it. So this is variable name. Variable is a named memory location of the value. Fine. But while declare the variables, we need not to, we need not to specify, we need not to specify the data type, right? The reason is what? Because because Python is a Python is a dynamically typed programming language. Dynamically typed programming language. Yes. So what is dynamically means? During the program execution time, based upon the value, okay, based upon the value, a variable will get automatically data type. But look at this here, I am not at all mentioning any data type like int a. So it's not correct syntax according to Python. But in other programming languages, it is correct syntax. Int data type, or programmer only should decide the data type for the variable a equal to 100. But in Python, based on the value, automatically the data type will assign for the variable. So no need to specify any data type. But if you want to know the type, you can mention type of a. Print of type of a. Print means output, printing the result. Type means to know the data type of the variable a. Python assigned which data type for a variable, integer type. For suppose here I'm giving 10.8. Python assigned float type for the a. Or suppose here name. Python assign string type for the a variable. String means group of characters. And once again, you can see if I give single character also, it's called strings are in Python. According to other languages, if I mention single character, so that is char type, right? But in Python, no char. Everything is string only. Even single character or multiple character string only. You may think include this in single quotation marks, sir. No. Even single quotation marks also char. Just string only. Char not it is. Okay. So even this is empty string. No data is present. Empty string it is. Or some numbers I'm giving. This is string again. Why these numbers are considered string? Because we have enclosed in the quotation marks, right? So that's called string. If the moment I remove the quotation marks, now it leads to integer now. So like this. Okay. So Python assign by default the data type of the variables based upon its value. So you need not to specify any data type explicitly because it is a dynamically typed programming language. Dynamically typed means during the program execution, Python only will decide the data type for its variables based upon the value. Okay. But observe carefully, there is a one more built-in function is there. Here I need to discuss about memory location. I said variable is a named memory location, right? Can I bring the memory address of my variable? Yes. To bring the memory address of your variable, then there is a built-in function is there, ID function. ID means identity. Okay. So what is ID? It is a built-in function. Built-in function. And what is the use of ID? It is used to get, it is used to get the memory address of the value, memory address of the variable or any object, no problem. And built-in function will return a unique integer. Yes, it return a unique integer. That integer is nothing but memory address number, base number. So for suppose here, I'm having a value 10, right? So if I want to get ID, ID of a, ID is a built-in function. I'm saying that it is used to get memory address of your variable. So the base memory address you will get by using ID function. Let's run and you will see this base address we are getting. In this memory address only, the value 10 is going to hold And that value, if you want to bring it from this memory, then we are going to use the variable name A only. So A is pointing to this memory and for collecting the value from it. Suppose next I am declaring one more variable B value, 20. Here print B, 20 will print. At the same time, I am trying to get ID of B. So can you guess this ID of A, ID of B, will it be same? No, right? The reason is Python assign separate memory for the A to hold in that memory 10 value. Again, Python arrange separate memory for B in that memory to hold 20 value. So we are printing A and B, and we are also trying to get ID of A, ID of B. So memory address will not be same. Look at this. It starts with 140 same, but ending with 224 554 544 it is there. So both are having different memory now. But what happen if I try to take only one value, which is same value for both variables? Okay, A variable, B variable, 10 value, 10 value. Okay, so Python decides the same memory for value 10. So 10 value will keep in that memory. So in that memory only you should collect the 10 value by visiting with A name or by visiting with B name. So A and B both are pointing to the same memory for collecting 10 value. Look at this same memory address, ID of A, ID of B. So for B and A, will assign the same memory to store the value within it 10 10 only. So in this memory 10 value is going to store. To collect the 10 value, either you can visit with A or visit with B. Both variables are pointing to the same memory address and collecting. So this is ID function for getting the memory address of the variable, and variable is nothing but named memory location of the value. In Python, every value is having its own variable. Now coming to this multiple assignment. See, sir, we are using in this current program, one value we are assigning to the one variable, right? But what does it mean multiple assignment concept? Very simple. Multiple assignment is the process of assigning a single value to multiple variables. Single value to multiple variables. Okay, yes. And also it is the process of assigning multiple values to multiple variables. Multiple values to multiple variables. Both are I'm going to show you with practically. Assigning single value to multiple variables or else assigning multiple values to multiple variables. This concept is nothing but multiple assignment. Let's have the quick example. A equals to B equals to C equals to 10. So look at this. I'm including three variables and I'm assigning only one value at once all together. Why this is means just because of instead of writing A10, B10, C10 like this only. Three lines are not required to write, right? Because value for it same. So that's what we are trying to give, assigning directly one value at once to three variables, then print A, print B, then print C. We are getting the output here 10, 10, 10 in the line by line. But can't we bring this output in the same line? Yes, we can print in the same line only by producing comma separator A comma B comma C. But notice this, when I include this print A comma B comma C, so the values are printed in the same line, but each value after the default separator is there, that is called space separator is there here. 10 space, 10 space, 10. That means this is the default separator. Okay, by default, the separator will be like this only. Default separator is occurred. But sir, can I use my own separator, which is not default? Yes, to use your own separator, SCP attribute is there. Then I'm giving separator called comma. So within the quotation mark, you have to mention the comma separator by using SCP attribute, separator attribute. So we can separate the values by using comma in the output only. It is producing now. You can use any separator like colon. Colon is the separator. Each and every value after colon, or else some hyphens. Yes. Okay. Whatever the separator you want, you can mention it, no problem. But if I don't use any separator attribute, the default separator will be what? Space. So this is separator attribute. So any separator you can use it. This is one concept. We are assigning a single value to multiple variables at once. Okay. So A, B, C are getting same value only. But what about this one? I said multiple assignment is the process of assigning multiple values to multiple variables also, right? Yes, it's also possible, sir. We are assigning multiple values to multiple variables. How we are assigning? Just is. Let me comment these two lines. Control forward slash for commenting. And A, comma B, comma C, three variables, 10, 20, 30, three values. This is again a different scenario. We are assigning here multiple values to multiple variables, right? At once. Look at this. Right hand side, three values are there. Left hand side, three variables are there. We are assigning multiple values to multiple variables. And print A, print B, print C. Now let's run 10, 20, 30, all in line by line. We got it. But can't we bring or we print same line again? Yes, if you want to print in the same line, A, B, C, you can use it, no problem. But my requirement is what here. I want to introduce a new separator, a new attribute. So still I want to go with like this print A, print B, print C. If I do like this print A, print B, print C, line by line, we got the output values, right? 10, 20, 30. But my requirement is still I need to bring the output values in the same line only. What is the uh, what is the requirement is still I need to print three statements, A and B and C, three print functions, but I need to get the output into same line. Now, normally if I use these three print functions, output will be line by line, right? 10, 20, 30 each line separately. But my requirement is I want to bring the output into same line. For that, we have to use one more attribute called end attribute is there. If I start use end attribute, automatically the variable value 10 is printed here. After that, some space ended with space. Again, B variable value also will be joined in the same line. B after again space, P also C variable value also will be joined in the same line. But after C, why don't we use end attribute? Not required, because C after there is no another variable like D, right? So not required here. No need to mention it. And if you have any D variable, you can mention it. And even we can give separator also along with end attribute, comma separator or colon separator. We can separate the values after that. So this end attribute means just bringing the output values into the same line for not moving towards line by line. Okay, so this is. But you may get doubt, sir, can I bring like this, for example, let's see, A, B, C, 10, 20, 30. Print A, B, C. So we are printing same line, right? Yeah. But can I go to next line by using same print, not print A, print B, print C? Possible, sir. Next line means you have to give slash n, means new line. Look at this. After that, I'm giving new line again. New line, slash n I'm giving. So if you go to like this, you will go to next line only printing here. Slash n means line by line again. Even though we are using one print function, and if you want to move towards next line, you can go to slash n also. So all these options are there. Separator means to separate the values with any symbol. And if you have multiple print functions, still you want to bring the output into same line, end attribute. Or else if you have only one print function, same line it will bring. And if you want to display line by line, you can use slash n. So these are all the fundamental concept. And one of the important fundamental concept is there. This is indentation. So this I'll discuss in the tomorrow's session clearly. So make sure that these all fundamentals you must and should uh, uh, follow. You should not ignore anyone. Comments, keywords, identifier, rules, variables, multiple assignment, indentation. This is indentation is important, sir, because most of the beginning level of programming part, most of them will get confusion in this area only, indentation. What is indentation? How to work with indentation in Python, while especially to considering the blocks of code in tomorrow session we'll discuss. Okay. So this is about complete demo sessions over. 4 demo sessions over. From last 3 days onwards, we are discussing these demos, right? So tomorrow onwards, if you wish to continue my lectures, okay, you must enroll for this course. Uh, for enrollment of this course, please contact DURGASOFT. They'll assist you regarding that. Okay. Yes. Yes, you are having lifetime access for videos after completing the course also. Once I share the videos folder, it will be there in your Google Drive. Lifetime you can access. No access will be removed because that's access and everything permissions I am going to give, not my DurgaSoft admin team. Okay, from tomorrow onwards, everything I can manage the session. I'll start the session, I'll end the session, I'll record it, and I'll send the video my side only, my mail ID only. And one more thing, once enrollment process is over, I'll collect the mail IDs from DurgaSoft. Then I'll create WhatsApp group. So already have a group. You have to be member in that group. For any clarifications and doubts and everything, you can feel free to post the screenshot in that group, and I'll be there to assist you. So I'll share the PDF documentation, and as of now, whatever the sessions I conducted, 4 recording videos, tomorrow before going to join the session, whoever enroll for the course, then that persons you will receive this. I'll send that video recordings, 4 recording videos and core Python PDF. And who are new to this session, you feel that it is your first session, means I strongly recommend to watch my 3 demo lectures. Okay, anyway, our DurgaSoft team will share the demo links also. As soon as when we click on the link, you will be redirected to YouTube playlist. So in that playlist, you will find my video lecture previously. So this is about Python demos over. Tomorrow onwards, you will receive the new link, go to meeting link. I'll share from my side. So if you have any
Mohan.
question regarding, please go through that.
Hello, Mohan.
Tell me.
This entire course, you are going to start on based on the by looking for the Python developer or scripting point, how it is there.
Python developer only.
Python developer, okay.
Obviously, no. That's what
Ah,
I said in the demo session. If you are belonging to different stream like data science, networking, embedded, MATLAB, or AI or ML, that is not my responsibility. You have to take care. Only my responsibilities, I'll give that complete knowledge in Python as well as Django full stack completely. If you are belongs to that application related, then after getting the knowledge from my lectures, you have to implement at your area.
okay, got it.
Yeah. That's all for today. Have a nice time. Thank you for attending these demo sessions. If you wish to continue these sessions, please contact DurgaSoft immediately for enrollment of this course. Only enrolled students will get the new link from tomorrow. Have a nice time. See you tomorrow. Wait for the new link.